1 spoonful.
Smells delicious.
Yeah, I'll put it. There it goes. See how that. Yeah.
Okay.
I even have a chocolate protein nugget.
Flavored.
You can see how nice and
Wow.
dark. I like the dark.
Do you ever use honey, Dr. Ann?
Oh yes, you can use, but I would say those would be cookies, not. I wouldn't call those protein nuggets anymore. You put too much sweet in it. There we are.
I should ask, what type of honey do you recommend?
I would say unheated honey.
Unheated.
Oh yes, absolutely. Now
So these would go in the dehydrator?
Yes.
And just for example, how long would these take
Well,
to
these
dry?
will take maybe 12 hours, about that. I think the most important thing for us to do right now is Essene bread.
Essene bread. Where does Essene come from?
Well, it actually comes from way, way back. Essene village, a commune, where they practiced everything that they use for food as nourishment without being cooked. And that was Jesus Christ's time. And they strictly were back to nature. And I really feel that because people are so much in need to have bread, because they use so much of it, especially our children nowadays,
yes.
That means that it would be a good idea to use the Essene bread from wheat, sprouted wheat. Now this happens to be a soft summer wheat, the same kind that's made in Rejubilac.
Right.
And what we do, we just soak it for about 10 hours.
Right.
And then sprout it for 2 days. And actually, as you see, the sprouts are just coming through. And the ideal, because it's a lighter kind of wheat. Oh, you can use other things like rye, and you can use practically any kind of grains.
Grain, even millet.
Yeah. Oh yes, even rice. I tried rice, but didn't taste good. And when I do use this wheat, I'd always like to also, I would say, sweeten it up with some bananas. And actually, it gives a good texture as well. I think it's very important when you make the Essene bread that it will be easy to handle and tasty. And if you just do the wheat alone, sometimes it crumbles more.
So this like binds it as well,
Yes.
helps it to stick together.
Yes,
helps it to-
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. So let's put the wheat in the blender.
Okay.
And then we put Rejubilac. Always use Rejubilac because Rejubilac, it prevents oxidation, any kind of blending that we use, and also the enzyme that contents, and it helps
In the
digest.
Rejubilac helps
Yes.
it to...
So you have to put enough so that we can blend it.
Okay.
That's very, very important to more than cover it, because it will be a difficult time for the blender to do the blending. I think you have to put more, a little more. Yes.
Okay.
Try it.
Let's try it.
Yes, and see. Should be blended very thoroughly. I think that's important.
Is that enough?
Let me check on it. It's very, very important that it's blended. No, it is not blended yet.
Some more?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the wheat itself that's not blended thoroughly. Dehydrated, they cannot be digested as
So
easily.
if it's not broken into
Right,
fine enough
right.
pieces, the body
Yeah.
can't assimilate it?
Absolutely, that's very important.
So what consistency are we looking for?
Well, we look smooth consistency. Another thing, this particular kind of, let's say, blended for Essene bread can be used as cereal as well. And you can also put the raisins in it, or, of course, I'm going to put bananas in it. And it would make excellent breakfast.
You mean not dehydrating it, just blending it
Yes,
and then serving it?
yes. So actually, you'd be doing the same blend. You could do two things with it.
So you could make breakfast and then dehydrate some of it,
yes.
and
Especially
have that
when,
as crackers or
yes.
bread.
Let's blend a little more.
Okay. You tell me when, Dr. Ann.
Yes. Yeah, that seems to be fine.
Okay.
I'll put the banana in it and try to blend it now again.
Okay.
Till the bananas are already dried.
Thoroughly mashed up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's add a little more would you like?
No, I think try a little more, just so that
Well, let's try.
you want it thick. You want it thick left. Takes a little coaxing. This blender happens to need coaxing. Now looks good.
That's good?
Yes, let's pour it on. And it depends how thin will be.
Would you like to?
All right, see how thick or thin. That's it. That'll be nice little breads.
It
There.
seems very, very liquid, Dr. Ann. Will it turn out like the bread that we are used to?
Well, we can do the whole thing, just a one sheet, if you want to,
Okay.
as well.
So regarding the machines, now this would go in the dehydrator.
Yes.
There are many different types of dehydrators
Yes.
available. The most important feature, I'd imagine, would be that it has a thermostat where you can adjust
Yes.
the temperature.
Absolutely.
That would be the key feature, so that you don't go above the, how
Yeah.
many degrees was it, 110?
110, about 110, 15. Yeah, right.
Degrees.
Yeah.
So a variable
Yes.
thermostat is important.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Dr. Ann.
Right. Nourishment for busy professionals has been created to help the busy people to have more energy, not only physical but mental energy. Actually, it is a light type of eating, and it saves a lot of time that one has to eat in restaurants. And of course, that means that they can rest in between while they're eating instead of waiting in restaurants for a period, generally in a busy time at noon. And the meal consists of energy soup, which is the most important, I believe, for, again, to start your meal. Then can be used anytime throughout the day. It doesn't have to be just mealtime either. This energy soup is very easy to digest, and could be used for not only noontime, but it could be also used for breakfast. I use for breakfast many times. And then, of course, you want to take Rejuvenac with you, whatever you want to drink, a kind of drink that is healthy and with all the enzymes and vitamins. And then in between, if there is any need for almond milk, which the almonds naturally is soaked and blended and made into the, we call cream, and few of the spoons goes into the Rejuvenac, and then of course you can just sip it any time when you feel the extra need for energy.
Dr. Ann, so I would add the almond cream into the soup. Is that what you're saying?
You can, but it's not necessary if you want to. But basically,